Have you ever had that feeling you're being watched, even when you're completely alone? That gut-wrenching sense that something is just off. Tonight, we're diving into 3 stories from people who experienced exactly that. These aren't campfire tales. These are real accounts that will make you double-check your locks. Our first story comes from a guy named Mark who's used to work the night shift as a security guard at an old abandoned warehouse. For weeks, his nights were dead quiet. Just the sound of his own footsteps echoing in the massive, dark space. But then, it started. Faint whispers, seeming to come from the empty rafters above. He'd shine his flashlight up, but there was nothing. One night, while doing his rounds, he heard a loud crash from the far end of the building. He rushed over, heart pounding, to find a stack of old wooden crates toppled over. But here's the chilling part. The dust on the floor around them was undisturbed. No footprints, no sign of anyone. He started hearing his name being whispered, clear as day, right behind him. He quit the next morning and never looked back. To this day, he can't explain what was in that warehouse with him. Next, we have a story from a college student, Sarah, who was house-sitting for a professor in a remote, wooded area. The house was beautiful but old, and every creak and groan seemed amplified by the silence of the forest. The first few nights were peaceful. But on the 3rd night, she was woken up by the sound of scratching. It sounded like it was coming from inside the wall, next to her bed. She tried to ignore it, telling herself it was just a squirrel. But the scratching got louder, more frantic. Then, it stopped. A moment later, she heard a soft tapping on her bedroom window. She froze. The bedroom was on the 2nd floor. There was no balcony, no tree close enough for someone to climb. The tapping continued, slow and rhythmic. She spent the rest of the night huddled under her covers, listening to the tap, tap, tapping, until the sun finally came up. She never found out what it was. Our final story is perhaps the most unsettling. It's from a young couple, Ben and Chloe, who had just moved into their dream home. It was an older house, but they'd renovated it completely. One evening, they were watching a movie when their baby monitor crackled to life. They didn't have a baby. They had bought the monitor on sale, planning for the future, and it was still in the box in the attic. They stared at each other in confusion as a faint, melodic tune, like a lullaby from an old music box, drifted from the speaker. Ben, trying to be brave, went to check the attic. The box was right where he'd left it, sealed. The monitor was inside, switched off. As he turned to leave, he heard it again, closer this time. A faint lullaby, seemingly coming from the darkest corner of the attic. They packed a bag and spent the night at a hotel. The next day, they found a local historian who told them the house's previous owners had lost a child decades ago. They sold the house a week later. 3 different places, 3 different experiences, but one common thread of unexplainable terror. What do you think was lurking in the shadows? A restless spirit? Or just an overactive imagination? Sometimes, the scariest things are the things we can't see. Thanks for watching. If you have a true scary story of your own, share it in the comments, too. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more chilling tales. Stay safe out there.